and welcome, not officially to Vlogmas because it is not December 1st yet, but it is so close we can taste it. It is Thursday, November 30th. Did I say December 1st or November 1st? It's way past November 1st. Welcome to almost Vlogmas. We'll consider this Vlogmas because by the time you see this, it will be Vlogmas. And that means there's a lot to do today and a lot to prep, so I figured I would take y'all along with me for the ride. It's Thursday, like I said, which means it's yarn day, and I work from home, so I get to start a little bit slower this morning. We were up very late last night watching The Fall of the House of Usher. So good. 10 out of 10 recommend. But now I get things started. I am going to get some tea, get changed into clothes. I'll be dyeing today, so it will be my dye clothes, but I like to change out of my pajamas in the morning. And then I think we'll do 15 minutes of spinning. And maybe I'll let you see a little bit of that. And maybe I'll catch up on some YouTube before we have lots of Vlogmas things to prep for the wolf pack. Finalize the movie calendar and get all the links to that. I have to send out the free patterns for my testers for the secondhand sweatpants that came out last week. I have to dye some yarn. I have to package some orders. And I have to do some knitting. We'll talk about that because I'm going to do a lot of knitting and a lot of knitting prep and planning. So you will see the whole process behind that today. But for now, I need caffeine. It's 10:30. I'm still in the same spot in my pajamas. This is what I do not like to do, but I'm so close to finishing this muscle burrow. I'm on the crown. I just need, I can't do anything else. So I was like, I'll just do a row or two, and then I did 12 or something. And basically decided to work until I can no longer fit the stitches on my shorty. Now I need to switch to magic loop for the very end. So I'm going to take a break, and then this will be done today, which I'm really excited about because I wanted to finish this in November if you saw my podcast. And I was there on Monday, and now I'm going to be done today. So I'm putting it back in here, and now I'm going to go do a quick little workout. I feel like I need to get my blood flowing today. I'm going to do a quick Peloton ride. And then I will be heading downstairs, package orders, dye yarn, do all the things, and catch up on some YouTube videos. It is now 12 o'clock. Man, this day is flying by. I worked out, I showered, and then I sat down to do a bunch of computer work that needed to get done, like sending out free patterns, re-signing up for Knitting Hattie's membership, and then some other things for my therapy business and finance, things like that. So I was going to say I'm going to head down right now, but I'm not. I'm going to eat lunch because lunch is important, and I need a lunch break, even though it feels like I am not where I want to be this morning. As far as work, productivity, I have been working, so I'm going to take a shorter lunch break, maybe half hour. 12:45, I'll head downstairs to work. The perks and challenges of being your own boss. Heating up lunch now. All right, it is now 3:30. Everything is cleaned up in the garage, packed up, cooking in the oven. I'll go shut that off in a little bit. Not so bad. 2.5 hours. Got a lot done. A lot of skeins. Not a million colorways, which is really nice when I can do multiple pans. I'm like in the groove of a certain colorway. So I got that done. I'm tired. I want to take a break and knit and play with yarn and do all of that, but I know I took a long time this morning and I'm going to really enjoy being done with work when I'm done and then just relaxing the whole rest of the day, playing with yarn, doing all of that. So we're cracking down. We're packaging orders and I am so excited. I'm going to get a bunch of things out. I want to turn this camera around and show you something, but there are spoilers in here. I'm not going to say what is what, but there are Yarn of the Month Club. So from the Open Road Club, there's the Gilmore Girls colorway somewhere in here. And there is the Super Shitty December skein. So if you don't want to see them, look away. Again, you'll see them like roughly, but you're not going to know what's what. But you might be able to guess. So much yarn. Look at this pile. So this is all going out. Turning it around. That is, we're all going out today. I'm packaging so many things. We'll see how many packages it ends up being. And I'm going to pop on a podcast while I do it. It's now 5:10. I am absolutely exhausted. I just caught myself being like, oh, I only worked for like 4 hours today. I didn't do that much. And I'm going to share that and challenge that because that's not true. I worked for at least 2 hours before I went downstairs at 1 o'clock. So like 5 or 6 hours of work today. And they were very hard hours, physically demanding, and I busted my butt. I wasn't distracted. I wasn't on my phone. And it actually feels a little wild that I wasn't working for 8 or 9 hours because it feels like that's how much I got done. And there's still so much more to do. But for right now, I'm going to take a second. I'm going to change out of these dye clothes. I'm going to sit down and finish my muscle burra. There's only probably about 20 more minutes on it, max. So I'm going to sit and do that before I do some work finalizing. Finalize the movie links. Michael can help me with that, so maybe I won't do that until I do some of the other work that I need to do on my advent calendars, getting prepped, getting set up. I'll bring y'all along for that, and then maybe I'll cook dinner while Michael does the movie links for me. That would be so nice. But I'm going to take 20, maybe 30 minutes and just sit and breathe and get a drink because I'm very dehydrated. I have not drank any water today. Woo. Don't tell Michael. And we're done. So glad I finished that. Michael is home. He just took down our Thanksgiving lights. Michael, do we also want to put away the rest of these Thanksgiving decorations? I think his headphone in. And I was just about to start cooking dinner, but he brought in the mail, and I got a few things. Some of them are tuft woolens, and I wanted to try them with you for the first time. Okay, I know you don't have, there's no 4D scent. Oh, that's so good. Refresh. I have this in a hand bomb, so I knew this would be good. But that's going to be really nice. It's like peppermint and I don't know what. Eucalyptus lemon. Oh, that's so good. Frosted garland. Ooh. I think this is going to go in one of my Advent projects for sure. I think the rest of these also will. And then tomato vine, which I know is not in season right now, but I've been wanting it for a while, and I just added it to my order. So good. I feel like I still have that in my nose. This one's going to go away for a little. but these are definitely going to be used during Advent. And I'm not sure what this box is. So let me open it and then see. Mine, nothing for yarn, something for my other business. It's a book that's usually very expensive and had a great sale price on Cyber Monday at Walmart. I do have one more thing. I think I want to play with it a little bit before I officially talk about it, but I think this actually came not today, but I've been setting things aside because I have some gifts and Advent things coming. Let me prop you down here. This isn't gonna work. But my friend Autumn, who runs Size Inclusive, what used to be Size Inclusive Designs is now Size Inclusive Collective, is making a new gadget that's really cool for I-cord making. And I love my I-cord maker so much. Oh, cool. So this is called a Cordsmith. It's 3 hooks. It's really cool. This is, oh yeah, look at that. Plastic of some sort, I don't know. But she has a 3D printer. She created this. And you basically make an I-cord with this. I'm curious to see how this works. It's way quicker and more portable than my other cranky tulip. And y'all know I love that so much. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit. And then I will be back in December for sure to give you my review, what I think. I know she's selling them now on Instagram. But these will be perfect for all of the future designs. Now time for dinner. It is 8:30. We're a bit busier than I thought I would be, and we're doing a lot of things. Michael is doing a lot of things. We're having company tomorrow, so he's cleaning and laundry and sheets, and I'm doing a lot of half things, and I feel like I'm getting nothing done. So I just did a bunch of math for my new design, and I had to step away from it. Down all of our Thanksgiving decorations and started to bring out some of our Christmas decorations, but this yarn is from last year and it has to come down. It's not going far because I'm planning on working with this yarn this December, but I am going to pull it down to put my new Advent in there, up there, which will be beautiful. And my other Advent, that's mine, is under my Christmas tree right now. I think I might put it maybe in an African market basket or something pretty and leave it somewhere over here. But for now, let's deal with this situation because I know those are coming down. They're going to get rearranged into a fade so I can mess up the order. And then we can open that box, hang those up. I need to grab more clips because this was, I think, only 21 days. Actually, that might only be a 20 day. And then this is my 24 stripe cozy knitter stripey socks, so I have to wind these up. My hope was to start the toes on these today, but we didn't get there. That's okay. So let's go do all this stuff. It is up and it is beautiful, and I actually am going to keep this little card that came with it because it says you should start opening it on December 12th in order to open the final one on New Year's Day. This is a Fantasy Coffee House New Year's countdown from Coast to Coast Yarn Co. I'm going to keep this up here just in case I forget. And I'm going to follow her suggestions since I don't want to spoil it for anyone. And I'll start opening these on the 12th, which is perfect because it'll get me enough time to get started with my socks to finish up the design that I'm working on and get all of my planning and things ready, because this, I can talk to you, I'm hoping, so this is going to be a lot of browns, a lot of moodies, which is wonderful for garments. It's only 20 days, so now I need to check yardage because it's 20 days and a full skein. I would love to make a pinguono out of this. That would be ideal. That was my plan. I have some Surrey and leftovers that I could hold with it, and I guess I could always add if I need to like subsidize the yarn. But that was my plan. Not during this month. That might be a next year project. This that I pulled down from Cozy Posy Yarn Co. is also really beautiful. Lots of grays and browns and neutrals, some greens, and I think I could arrange this into a really beautiful fade. And I'd love to make Radvent cardigan by Amba O'Brien. I'm pretty sure. I should double check that. I know I've seen a bunch of people who've made it and it looks really cute, and I think that's 21 minis and 1 full skein, and I think this will be more than enough for that. I've done the math on this already, I think, and that should get me a Radvent cardi in my size. This is Cozy Posy Yarn Co. In last year's solstice countdown, we did a swap. That was really fun. And I've been sitting on that and have not been super sure what to do with it. I have lots more to talk about other advents I have and things I have waiting around, but first, let's wind this up. Oh my goodness, I am already obsessed with these skeins. I remember when I ordered, it said she was doing something different. It's going to be a fade, but I couldn't remember if it was like a rainbow or something specific. And on the inside, she writes like a little Christmas card. So this is, like I said, from the Cozy Knitter. It's the 24 stripe skein. This is the 2023 year, obviously. And this is, I think, the 3rd year that I've done this. I could go back in my Vlogmases and look. I definitely didn't do this the first year I got a Vlogmas. So 20, 21, 22. I think 21, 22, 23. Maybe. Sounds right. But inside, she writes you like a little holiday card. And it says, "This is quite different from what she's done in the past. I hope you enjoyed knitting this skein. It was inspired by a beautiful mosaic graphic I saw, which was filled with color and made me feel happy and inspired. This year's theme feels very appropriate." Yeah, I think that's all I need to read. And this is a 80/20 base or bliss fingering weight base, 444 yards. And I think what I learned is that I actually should not, now I'm second guessing myself. I was going to say, I don't think I should start with this inside color. I think I will pull and start exactly at the beginning of the next color. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess I have to look and see if they match up. Maybe I'll do that. What I'm going to do is work these 2 at a time on 2 separate needles, because I don't want them on one needle. It's just easier, I think, to do things this way. I have this bag from A Finch's Nest. That is my favorite Christmas bag. It's a little big for these socks, but I don't have anything else that I'm planning to put in it. And it's soft, so it'll squish down. So I think I'm going to put those 2 skeins, the skein of bare yarn, and then I have all my sock notions upstairs that I'll throw in here. Again, it'll be roomy, but I'll have 2 socks and 2 needles in here, so it's fine. If I decide I want to cast on another Christmassy project, maybe I'll switch this up. But for now, that's where that's going to live. Now, I guess we can talk advents. So I'm going to arrange that Cozy Posy solstice countdown into a fade. And maybe wind up the main skein. I actually need to buy the pattern and look at how exactly where you start, but it's constructed side to side and it's garter, so I'm assuming you start with the main skein for like the cuffs. And I was thinking of putting that in this bag. This is a Snickle and Mr. B bag. These are both actually probably the same size. This feels more general winter to me because it's not like red and green, so this is okay. This feels okay if it lasts longer. This sometimes I'll take into January, but at some point in like February it starts to feel outdated. This one I can continue to use. So I think this will be my bag for that project, but again, I don't need to start that right away. My plan is to work on my stripy socks every day and to work on the design that I'm working on up to a certain point. So I want to have at least one sleeve done. I wanted to have it fully finished. I'm finding some math error that I made, so I just frogged the whole front. So front and back by this weekend. And then if I could have one sleeve done in the first week of December, I'll feel really good about that. I am thinking now that maybe that will be my March design because it's a little lighter weight, cut out shoulders, and I have another design that will be more of a worsted, looser gauge DK, fingering and suri design that I think will be a really good February design. It should work up pretty quickly. So tomorrow I'm going to dye the yarn for that. So that might end up going in this bag, and then maybe that rad vent will go in here, and then maybe these socks will go somewhere else. But we'll do the shuffle when we have to. Oh, looking at this on camera, I think this is actually beautiful. This was flipped around, so it started with green, then I had these oranges over here into this, and then these grays went into these that went kind of blue and ended with blue over here. But then I was getting stuck with this orange, and this one isn't actually, I think that looks like perfectly seamless, but this has to go somewhere, and I think it's there. Is it there? Oh, this is too dark. Wow, doing this in a camera really helps. Okay, I think that's it. This will be a beautiful cardigan. I don't love 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So these will be the middle colors, which will be fine because this dark will be with it. And then at the bottom. So this pattern is actually meant for 25 colors. I need to make sure this is going to work with the yardage. 25 minis that have at least 80 yards, which is what these have, but this is only 21, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So I will be 5 short. But this is for all the sizes, so I think I can just use these and work a few more rows. So I'm going to do some math and figure out how many yards I will be short, and then figure out if I can make it up with what I have here. All right, I was right. I will have enough yarn. This is 1,600 yards in minis, and then the main skein. So I'll just need to finagle a little bit with how many rounds to do
right now from C?
Before I switch colors. Okay, I took a picture of this. I'm gonna put this maybe up there on the mantle or down here in the corner. I'll see where it looks better. And then, oh, now I'm really excited to get started on that, but not tonight. Not tonight. That's not a problem for tonight. Then I'm gonna go upstairs and knit on that cuff. Other advents and things that I'm working on. Basically, I'm telling you all of this after I've made my decision that I'm going to have one main advent project, my socks, and then a design on the needles. I finished the muscle burrow, so I don't have to worry about that. So I think that'll be a good balance of something that's a little mindless that I could just work on, something that I would like to get done at a decent pace. I'd love to finish the Radvent in the month of December, but no stress if it goes a little bit into January. Other things, so I came in here, but that's not where I needed to go. So I also will be opening my 3rd year of my Super Shitty December countdown. So that's a 31-day countdown, and this is my 3rd year. I have saved for myself the 1st year that I haven't done anything with, and I have saved a 16-day of the 2nd year. And the 16-day is DK weight. So, spoiler alert, but year 1 in here, year 2 is still in the numbers, so that's cool. The first one I'm going to have to look at a picture and line it up in the correct order because I do want to use it in the correct order. Polyfill. I dye these chronologically through the season, so I just want to use them that way. And since this is going to be a 6-year project, I will eventually have 6 advents. Because one of them is DK, I'm thinking this will be a DK project, a DK weight project, which actually works out a little bit better because the fingering weight with 6 years would be giant. So I think that's going to be a granny stripe, a DK weight granny stripe. I wanted to make one. I made the one fingering weight that y'all saw on the podcast, but I think that'll be my long-term project. I'm not starting anytime soon. I'm just going to open year 3, one day at a time. I'm going to put them back into the bags, or at least put the tag. Maybe I'll just put the tag on, like tie it around it, so then I'll know which day is which, and I won't do what I did for year 1. So that will be my Schitt's Creek Advent December countdowns. I also have this countdown. Look at the colors. Oh, it's so good. Okay, and I'm certain what I'm doing with this. So this is my Cocoa October countdown from this year was Edward Scissorhands. Last year was Nightmare Before Christmas. So 2 years ago, so 2021, Cocoa, and I kept one for myself, and I think I'm going to make a jelly roll blanket out of this. I don't know if I'm going to make it DK or fingering weight. I have to look at the yardage on that, and which will get me the size blanket that I want. I'm assuming it'll just be fingering weight, so I get a large enough blanket, because I feel like DK would be 2.5 skeins. This will be 5 skeins. I think this will be held single, unless I hold it with the Surrey. No, I think it's just going to be fingering weight. I'm really excited, because I want these colors, like, look how vibrant. I want them to stay this vibrant, so I don't want to mute those down. And I'm really excited. That's, like, not very wearable. This feels a little bit more earthy. Even the brights, like there's that red. That'll be really beautiful and subtle, and this will be a fun pop. Feeling really good about those and what I'm going to do with those. I also have a DK weight countdown from last year from Hugh Loco. That is 24 days that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. And I have an Edward Scissorhands countdown that I think I want to keep for myself. Potentially. If they sell, they sell. I'm not going to pull one for myself until I'm going to do something with it. And I'm not going to do something with it anytime soon. So it could sell. And that's really nice because it's a nice wintry palette. And if you think Tim Burton, Edward Scissorhands, there's a mix of like dark and moody, but also light and bright pastels. So that would be really nice, like winter into spring. So if that ends up being anything, that ends up being anything. Now, the Advent that I have from Hugh Loco is DK weight, and it is a fade. So I was thinking it could be really cool to do something that's intentionally faded with that one. I had 2 thoughts. One was a hexy blanket that Natalie is making right now, but then I need a main color. I don't have a full main color. I could figure it out, but I kind of like the idea of just keeping that a fade. So I was thinking about doing the Sweet Shop blanket, and I don't remember if that's DK or fingering, but something like that that's easy to mod, that's like triangles, and then with another tonal, whether undyed or if I dye a tonal to go with it. I think that'll be really beautiful and like carry the fade, because it was a really, really beautiful fade. So I'm thinking about that, but again, no rush, no time soon. But then I have so many leftovers and I really want to crochet something, and that means I'm not crocheting anything right now, maybe until next year. But I really want to crochet something. So I think I might start one of the Hexie blankets with my leftovers. I have an entire, this entire bin is leftovers of my yarn that I've dyed. This is leftovers from other folks. But this is all my yarn that I've dyed. A lot of fingering weight, a lot of DK, a lot of Syrian mull. And then I have a lot of extra skeins upstairs that are pretty decent partial skeins, that I could put into a blanket and still have leftovers for something else. So I'm thinking that might be a Hexie blanket that is, again, a not now project, but I'm just getting inspired to work on lots of things. Wait a minute. Look how many. I have so many mini skein sets. I didn't realize I had these dyed up, and I just dyed up more. So there's 1, 2, 3 fingering weight, 4 fingering weight, and 4 DK weight minis. Oh my gosh, this is my holiday Christmas treats. I need to make a post about that. That's what happens when you look behind the door. But yeah, okay. I'm feeling really inspired to like work with scraps, to work with leftovers, to work with minis. These are not things to do right now, but just plans that will be realized eventually. And now, last but not least, I have 2 more countdowns, advents that are long overdue. I've had them for a really long time. This is peppermint candy cane soap, hand soap. I should put that upstairs. Let's see, what kept ones do I have in here? Campfire s'mores. Juicy orange and ginger. So this one, these are all in African market baskets that I sell in my shop. I have an advent from Alley of Explorer Knits and Fibers from 2019. It's so beautiful. I'll show you. It's so beautiful, and it's variegated tonal. They're numbered, so I can put them in order. And I would love to do some sort of garments with this because they're very wearable, but I need to figure out, because of the variegated, it won't necessarily fade the way like a Radvent will. But Natalie had just posted, she just came out with a 10 new Advent patterns, and I had been looking in her bundle that she created for all minis and Advents, and nothing was like speaking to me, but there was a really cute garter cardigan that she posted in this new video, and I'm thinking maybe that's what that becomes. And this is really fun. This is also from 2019. Oh, Desert Panda Fiber Arts. I just ordered fiber from them. This is from 2019, and it was like a dyer swap that, I don't think this smells like anything anymore, that Christy of Yarn Cafe Creations organized, where a bunch of dyers, 24 different dyers, I think it was 24 or 30, I think it was 24, each signed up, and then we got a day, and everybody dyed a colorway for that day, and then sent them all to her, and then she compiled them all, separated them, and everybody then got a matching advent. It was really fun, and probably so much work. I can't even imagine how she did it. Now that I've done advents and know how much time they take, I don't know how she did this. Okay, but right now I'm going to go upstairs, get my bare yarn, maybe start a toe, get my needles, start a toe, at least one. And then at some point organize this yarn here into a fade. Maybe I'll do that first. We'll see. All right, it is now like 10:37 to be exact, and I finally finished, you see me down there, I finally finished all of my prep and work for the day. I feel like I ended up doing a lot of work and not as much yarn work or yarn prep as I thought I would be doing. Which isn't totally true. I worked on my muscle burrows, so if I hadn't done that, I would have had an hour or so back in my day. But that's okay. Hopefully this was, at the very least, an extra day of Vlogmas. But I'm going to sit down, start my toe. I have a skein of bare yarn that I've been using for random things, probably my Advent socks last year, if I'm being honest. And I had that, I have like 18.5 grams of that. Since I'm doing these toe up, it should be pretty easy. I'll do the toes. Ooh, I put the frosted garland in here and it smells so good already. So I'm gonna start on a toe right now and work on one toe tonight. Just get me a little bit ahead for tomorrow. And other than that, I'm gonna sign off and say goodnight, and I will see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for all the things that we'll be doing. I guess I could talk about that here. Quickly, there are going to be a lot of things that we're doing with Vlogmas. So my wolf pack is having a movie watch along where we have at least one movie a day, but 2 movies on Saturdays, Sundays, and Christmas Day. With links, weekly watch alongs where we'll have like a live real-time watch party and we'll all watch it together on Wednesday nights. I'm getting into 15 minutes, what's it called? Andrew Mowry's spin along. 100 days of spindle spinning, so 15 minutes of spinning a day. I've already been doing that, but I'm going to continue that through March, is technically when the 100 days is up, but that will be all of Vlogmas. And then I'm going to get back into yoga. So my wolf pack is getting into yoga for the month of December. A bunch of us are doing, some people do their own yoga, some people do another non-yoga exercise class or movement, body movement that they're like, I'm just going to count that. I was like, perfect. But a bunch of us are going to do, oh my gosh, what's her name? Yoga on YouTube with the dog, Benji, her dog. I just keep thinking Andrew Mowry, and it's not Andrew Mowry. You're screaming at me right now. You're screaming. I know, I hear it. I'll think of it as soon as I click off. Anyway, we'll talk all about that tomorrow. Super excited to see you for Vlogmas Day 1. Good night. Just kidding, y'all. I am out of practice. We have to talk about our Advents that will be opening every day. Michael and I have 2. We were supposed to have 3, but the third one got canceled twice. I ordered it from 2 different places and it got canceled. I think it's a sign it's not meant to be. The first one that we have, I'm so excited about. So this is really mine, but like we'll share both of these, is a cheese Advent. If y'all know me, you know how much I love cheese. And this, I've been wanting this for years. They sell out. They sell these at Aldi. And I don't know, Michael's mom got this. She was like, oh, these were in the store. Do you want one? I was like, I've literally been looking for them. They've been sold out. It must have been like the day they got in. So it's 24 imported cheeses. It says on the back what some of them are, but I'm not. I'm excited. So that is something I'm really excited about. That will be opening every afternoon. And then Michael, again, as part of his Christmas gift, I got him a Brewdog Advent calendar. He did this last year. It was really fun. A 12-ounce can of beer, different beer every single day. Some are exclusive to the box. Some are ones that they do. But this is a different countdown than last year. So it's supposed to be different beers. I'm sure some of them will be the same, but we'll see. Super excited about both of those. Okay, now I'm going to bed. Good night. Bye.